Hello and welcome to my thoughts on My Little Pirate Friendship Ahoy. If you haven't read it yet, you can click here and I'll read it for you. Wow. Alright, everyone ready? Let's go. Ooh, and this opening is perfect. I mean, yeah, the dialogue's pretty simple, but this first panel does a really good job showing off the key traits of each character. It's nice. And after a little convincing, it's time to go to the beach to set a little fishy free and to play with some crabs. And not gonna lie, I know I say this literally every time there's some weird Pinkie Pie thing going on, but I love the Pinkie Pie crab arc. Top tier. After Rarity gets drunk, we're introduced to the main plot. Fluttershy just can't seem to let go. Poor little fishy. But forget about that, we have more important things to do. It's time for a pirate adventure. Bye, main plot. Don't get me wrong, this pirate adventure is great, but it just overshadows the Gil plotline too much, IMO. And just like the plot, Gil is lost at sea. And we all know there's only one way to find a fish in the ocean. Become a pirate. Let's go. So this little exchange with Twilight and Hoofbeard is kinda weird. Not in this moment, but later on, it doesn't really make sense. So Twilight's all like, what? No way. No pony can find those islands. But there's just kind of a whole ton of pirates just chilling there. And Hoofbeard knows exactly where it is. He's just playing her. And now that every pony's on board, it's time to set sail. But this line of dialogue's kind of inconspicuous, so I just assumed it's rainbow and colored it blue. So far so good, everyone's having a grand old time, until Twilight's thirst for knowledge gets the better of her. So the dynamic between Twilight and Applejack and the others is pretty interesting. So the others, Rainbow, Fluttershy, Pinkie, Spike, and Rarity, very much want to be on this adventure. But Twilight's not here to be a pirate, or because she thinks the captain's hot. She's just interested in the challenge of finding a fabled island. And Applejack is just there because everyone else is, so why not? But anyway, we arrive at Galloping Ghost Island and split into two groups. And this fabled island that no pony could find is a thriving pirate community. Wow, who knew? It's an interesting choice to have Granny Smith, Big Mac, and the Crusaders cameo here, but whatever. But what is a good cameo is the Straw Hat crew. Now, I haven't watched One Piece since it aired on Toonami. Let me pull it up. Apparently 15 years ago. Oh god. So I was only able to pick out Luffy and Zoro, but there are others there. So, I really like the pirates' interactions with each other. It's something. It's definitely some good writing. And then Rainbow ruins the party by asking about the map. And somehow, Rainbow wrecks these pirates. I don't understand how. Like, how does she win a 1v3? I'm sure they have way more sword experience than her. This is insane. But you know who the real MVP is? Pinkie Pie. While Rainbow's having her little 1v3, Pinkie is holding off dozens of pirates all by herself, until Rainbow brings up Cake and she stops singing. And then they get captured, and smash cut to the ship, where we finally get plot development. This story is crazy. Only because I have finished it do I know what the plot actually is. And knowing that is about the relationship between Hoofbeard and Fluttershy, it's just so weird that we spend so much time on this extraneous adventure with Twilight and co. But anyway, Fluttershy finds Gil, she and the captain have a bonding moment, and then they all get wasted. Hell yeah. And sure, he's kind of cryptic about it, but Hoofbeard's being pretty open with her, all things considering. Applejack's just asking the wrong questions. But anyway, back to pirate time. I don't know what Twilight was waiting for, but finally she unleashes her magic. And how do they not recognize her as a princess? Even if they didn't know there was a fourth princess? She's an alicorn! She's not hiding it!
Hey, wait! You're an alicorn! We have a new princess? When did that happen?
And what are they gonna try to do? She's gonna mess him up! Their plan was very poorly thought through. But now we get a little backstory on the captain. So it turns out the captain's been Moby Dick in it. That's a reference. So his crew took his map and threw it down a spooky hole, conveniently filled with a giant ghost crab. And finally, Pinkie Pie gets to bring her crab wrestling skills to the table. Next time! Right now, I was going to say on Dragon Ball Z for some reason, sorry.
And now, part 2 kicks off with an epic battle of crab pinching and pony dodging.
It's actually not that epic.
Whoosh, Rainbow zooms in, snatches the map, gets back out,
While everyone else gets captured.
and for the sake of content, Twilight cannot teleport.
That seems to be a surprisingly common trend.
Oh, but don't worry, because this content is great. Pinkie Pie calls forth her army of crabs and steal all of his treasure. And then poor Big Krabby gets so sad he lets them go. But now, Big Ghost Crab has friends. What a beautiful story. Pinkie Pie best girl.
For now, I'm sure I'll retract it later. And finally, everyone's back together.
Now it's time to set sail and find the treasure.
AKA his girlfriend. And hopefully Hoofbeard won't mind that Twilight promised his former crew a share of the treasure. Yeah, that might be awkward.
And just like Mr. Navigator Pirate warned them, the crew starts sailing in circles.
Everyone's going crazy. They're out of food, they're out of water probably, and it is hot. Wait, actually, realizing just now, they're not out of food. Spike still has crackers. But anyway, Twilight's fed up. It's time for a mutiny.
And with just a little convincing, Rainbow finally decides to help her friends. Loyalty at its peak.
So problem number 1, there's no wind. So the Pegasi makes some.
And I now retract my previous statement.
So whoosh. The three of them make a small gust, and now there is permanent wind. Weather doesn't make sense in this world, so I won't judge.
And with this great victory, Pinkie Pie is so excited, she jumps up to the crow's nest and declares a party to be thrown.
And then Spike fails at his one job, and the captain discovers the mutiny.
Way to go. And now it's time for an epic showdown between a legendary pirate captain and 6 teenage girls.
And it's not that epic. This shot is super cool though, but seriously, this battle is pathetic. Spike empties some bottles on the ground. Applejack and the captain slip on them. Rarity beats Hoofbeard in a sword fight. Rainbow falls from the sky. And then Spike drops a coconut. Battle over. Good job, Spike. And poor Pinkie Pie, half her face is obscured, so I tried my best to recreate it. Maybe not my best, but still. So plot-wise, this fight is kinda pointless. It doesn't matter that Hoofbeard got locked up, because the girls are still looking for the treasure, and Fluttershy just lets him out immediately anyway. All that matters is that Hoofbeard is sad, so Fluttershy's gonna talk to him. So Hoofbeard's all mopey, so Fluttershy's like,
I'll just show him my best friend Gil.
And surprise, Gil's also mopey. And bam, we find the treasure, and plot twist, they're mermaids, not treasure.
And Hoofbeard's all, you never let go of love.
And the mermaids are like, same, that's why you can't have her, she's mine. And thanks to their fighting, Fluttershy learns to let go of love.
And she's able to convince the mermaids to do the same.
And now Hoofbeard never has to let go of his, ha ha ha!
And now, the mermaids are happy, Hoofbeard's happy, and most importantly, Gil's happy.
What an odd moral. This story has so many twists and turns. It's definitely an experience. It was definitely ambitious to split the plot like this. More than half was about Twilight and Rainbow being pirates, and we only had like 2 Fluttershy Hoofbeard interactions. Yeah, the pirate adventure was fun, but why did this pirate adventure get mixed up with Fluttershy learning to let go? They don't really mesh together. Fluttershy wasn't even on the adventure, she stayed on the boat the whole time. But to be fair, the few moments we did have with Fluttershy were very good. Like, Hoofbeard's character is well written. He's a good foil for Fluttershy. Even if he can never reach it, even if his ship's out of food, even if his crew wants to go home, he refuses to let go. He's a very selfish character, but contrast that with Fluttershy, who is a very kind character. It's not that she doesn't care about Gil's feelings, she's just too busy focusing on her own to notice his. And it's not entirely her fault. Just conveniently, every time she talks to Gil about her feelings, Hoofbeard shows up and now the story's about pirates. So it's kind of fitting that the one time she finally recognizes Gil's feelings is when she seeks out Hoofbeard. So now the mermaids show up, and Hoofbeard wants Jewel, the mermaids want Jewel, but Jewel wants Hoofbeard. And then Fluttershy realizes that she's been the mermaids the whole time, and she's keeping Gil from his Hoofbeard. That was a really weird way to phrase that. But yeah, I definitely think there was not enough plot development.
They just crammed so much pirate adventure in, but very little of it has anything to do with Fluttershy or Hoofbeard's character development. Also, Hoofbeard doesn't have a character arc. You'd expect it to be there, but then Mermares pop up, and then they're the bad guy, not Hoofbeard. It's pretty odd. His philosophy of never let go just kind of worked out for him. But yeah, pirate interactions were fun, Pinkie Pie crabs were fun. I don't like Rainbow Dash in general, so it is what it is. I liked Hoofbeard. The Mermare end was kinda weird and unexpected, but they kinda used up all their time on pirating, so I guess they had to wrap up Fluttershy's story somehow. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until next time.